Okay, so two more bottles of soju. These aren't anything special. I've had this soju in glass bottles as well. You might have seen a review on the glass bottle version. These are just plastic bottles. And I do like the glass way more than the plastic, but it's mainly just a thing where I think the glass tastes a little better. For one thing, plastic can breathe. So with beer, obviously you shouldn't have plastic beer bottles. I've drank plastic beer bottles. It's not like I've never drank them, but like with plastic beer bottles, the beer can go flat, or soda can go flat in plastic. Also, obviously the plastic can get absorbed into the liquid, whatever it might be. Especially if it's acidic, there's more chance of that. It's supposed to be food grade plastic, but it's still plastic, so it's still not good for you. And the inside's supposed to have either a coating on it or it's supposed to be prepared just right, so it's supposed to be safe, but whatever. I don't like plastic. I still drink out of it, but I try not to as much as I can, but it's not like I'm gonna avoid it all the time and never drink anything out of plastic. Maybe I should do that, but I'm not doing that right now at least. Anyway, so this one, Cham. I thought I'd say something more than that. Some of this writing is kind of hard to read. Kegu, Kegut, Han, Chim, Ul, He. That was a little bit harder to read. Some of the writing on it's kind of hard to read. It's not necessarily just because it's Korean. If it's Korean letters and written like calligraphy, like how somebody might write it by hand, then it's a little bit harder to read. If it's printed straight letters, like these are pretty straight. These are a little bit like handwriting style, but these are pretty straight, so this is easy to read. Okay, anyways, this one is 640 milliliter bottle and doesn't say the alcohol percentage on the cap. Oh, yeah, it does. It's a different spot. The metal cap, it's along this ridge. This one, it's on the very top. So 16.9%. So here, I'll make it focus on there. Well, I guess you could just take my word for it. You can maybe kind of see it. The front camera isn't as good quality as the back camera, but if I use the front camera, at least I can see where I'm sitting in the frame. So anyways, this one's 16.9%, and I have had this in the glass before. And I mean it's the I've said the normal soju flavor before. I think I've maybe said the classic soju flavor before as well. It's a classic normal soju flavor. Nothing special. It's not bad. Um, I don't know if it's mental or what, but I honestly think the glass bottles taste better. But it's hard to say for sure. It might just be a mental thing with me. It's easy to drink. I like it. I like soju. I don't need to have the flavored soju. This one's a little bit higher alcohol content for the same price as the flavored soju. So I get more for my money this way. If I'm sitting in the sun, relaxing, and I want something to sip on, then I can see getting the flavored soju. If I'm going out with friends drinking and I want to get drunk, I'm not saying I want to get blackout drunk or anything, but if I want to get a buzz going, then I'm going to buy the regular soju. If I'm chilling at home or I'm outside, I want to have something that tastes good, that I want to relax with, then I'm going to get the flavored soju probably. Or like makgeolli or something like that. Something that tastes good. And it's not just something that'll give you a buzz or get you drunk. Yeah, this is good. I like it. Um, this is the bigger bottle. I think the normal ones are 360. This one's 640 milliliters. And it's a little bit more money because it's a little more soju, but it's only like 50 cents more. And you get maybe almost twice as much soju in it. I think the other ones are 360. Actually, I'll grab the same brand. So, I have the same brand. In two different forms in the glass bottle. So this one is, I think, 16.9, just like this one. Yep, this one's 16.9%. This one is 20.1%. All three of these are the same brand, but obviously plastic, glass. And these are, like I thought, 360 milliliters, 360. And this one is 640. So this one, I mean, it's not twice as much, but it's almost twice as much soju, and it's only like 50 cents more. These are like $1.50, maybe closer to $2. These are like $1.50, and these are like $2 or maybe $2.50. Anyways, it's a little bit better deal for this one. The only thing is this is plastic, which I'm not a huge fan of. Okay, this one is also 640 milliliters. Obviously, these aren't the same brand as this, but I'll leave this one for a size comparison. So 640 milliliters, 360 milliliters, and this is a different brand, but I'm sure this is also 360 milliliters. Yeah, it was a little bit harder to find. 360 milliliters. They're not very consistent with these bottles, like where the soju is printed, where the milliliters is printed, and it's kind of weird. I don't know if there's probably some kind of marketing built into this program where they're changing it up and trying to make some things hard to find, some things are easy to find, and then they change it and like, oh, the alcohol is lower percentage now, so let's hide it so people don't see this lower alcohol percentage, or whatever the reason might be. Anyways, this one, Cham Sul. When I saw this one said Cham. I thought it was going to say Cham Sul, but it didn't. I forgot that it was just... Okay, so Cham Sul. This one has little toad on it, and that's a thing that I used to look for when I first moved to Korea. I liked this one, and I also liked this one with the bird on it. So the one with the bird on it and the one with the toad on it, these are the two things that I looked for in 2009 when I first studied abroad in Korea. I'm not saying you have to look for those, and if you don't see it, you're not going to buy a good soju. That's just, I had these brands that I liked, and I always tried to look for because I knew I liked it, and instead of buying something that I didn't like and trying something new, then I just bought the stuff I knew I liked. And now I'm trying every single kind that I can just to try them all out and see if there's better kinds out there, which I have found better kinds. This one isn't anything exciting, but this is 360 milliliters as well. The bottle's slightly different shape and obviously a different color, but this one is a really good one. Kumbukju. Kumbukju is a really good one. I think it's really smooth. I'd say it's probably the smoothest one that I've had of the normal priced soju. Like these are the same price or roughly same price. These are same price or Actually, sorry, I'll reword that. These three are the same price, or basically for sure the same price, I think. This one's a little bit more alcohol, so this one might be 50 cents or 25 cents more for that bottle. Don't quote me on that price, I can't remember exactly how much more. Anyways, let's get back to this one. We haven't tried this one yet. Well, we have, but not in this video. I have to be careful. Sometimes when I'm doing these taste tests, I start drinking a little bit too much, and afterwards I'm like, why am I buzzed? I don't get it. I didn't drink that much. Oh yeah, I was swigging a little bit too much soju during the video. Honestly, these two taste the same to me. Basically, they have the classic soju flavor. It's good. Nothing bad, nothing special about it. This one may be a hair better. It's hard to say, but they're basically the same exact thing. This one is 16.9%. So they're the same percentage, same size, same price, or at least basically the same price. Like if you're trying to decide between these two and they're the same price, then I would just buy this one, because I think I kind of like this brand more, maybe, but it's hard to say. But if you're going out there and you're trying to decide between these two, and someone in your group likes this one more, then just buy this one. They're both basically the exact same thing. I mean, they're not even as close taste-wise. I mean, they're not even, like, you know, there's Coke and Pepsi. Some people like Coke more, some people like Pepsi more, some people can't tell the difference. These, you can't tell the difference even more. You can't really tell the difference. I mean, if you really tried and really scrutinized it, you could take one shot of each over and over, eat something in between each shot actually, and cleanse your palate just so you can taste it. Then you could maybe tell. But if you're just out drinking with friends at a park or in front of a CU or a 7-Eleven, GS25, or whatever, anything like that, you're not really going to care which one you grab. If you like one, you're going to like the other, and vice versa. And with other people, it should be the same. But if you know somebody that likes one more than the other, then just buy that and make them happy. Might as well. Okay. Well, we've tasted a lot of different sojus. There's still more out there. I tasted some in Busan last weekend. I didn't take video of it. Well, I'll get more bottles of soju in Busan. Busan has a white label with blue Korean writing on it, and I think maybe a blue border around it. And there's some other soju there as well that's different. There's different kinds of soju all throughout the entire country. Sometimes I think in Seoul you might be able to find every single kind of soju. Maybe same in Daegu and Busan, but it's not that common to be in Seoul and find Busan soju. You might need to go to a specific restaurant that advertises it, or a specific restaurant that, like, maybe the owner used to live in Busan, so they try to stock Busan soju, or it's a place that's trying to have unique stuff, which that's really not that unique. It's just technically different than the other soju because it's made by a different company. It's popular in a different part of the country. But yeah, they're all basically the same with a few nuances, or however you want to word it. This one, I believe, is my favorite of the plain classic flavor soju flavors. With the flavored soju, like there's peach, grape, pomegranate, lemon, and some other ones. The pomegranate is definitely my favorite. Peach is really good. It's just I'm not a huge fan of peach, but the peach one is still high on my list because it tastes so good. Oh yeah, there's grapefruit. Grapefruit's maybe my second favorite. The peach would be my second favorite if I liked peach more, because it is good. It tastes like peaches. It's easy to drink. It's a good one. Did a good job with it. I'm just not a huge peach flavored person. Okay, well, if you have any questions, if you have anything else you want me to try, let me know. Have a good night.